Hiya! I'm here to tell you how everyone at the Police and Crime Commissioner's Office has made things better for people like us. Every 4 years, we vote for a Police and Crime Commissioner, and there's a small team who support them, doing loads of stuff to keep us safe. They've got a set of values that guide them, along with the Police and Crime Plan produced by the Commissioner. So, here we go. Let's talk first about the police. A few years ago, they were struggling to cope. They didn't have enough officers, morale was really low, and everyone was under pressure. Some police stations stood empty. The Police and Crime Commissioner's Office pushed for some really ambitious changes, funding new police officers that we told them we wanted to see, all from money saved in the past. There's now almost 600 more than 5 years ago, with many more to come. But it's not just about having more police, it's what you do with them. More of our brilliant police are now in our communities, helping to keep us safe. We told them we waited too long on the phone when contacting the police, and the Commissioner challenged the Chief Constable to improve this. Now, all emergency calls are answered straight away, and non-emergency calls have one of the best response times in the country. And once you've made your call, you'll now be helped much faster than 5 years ago. The team work hard checking force performance. They listen to your feedback and ensure the force is doing all it can to keep improving. It's working well. So much so that the force achieved its best independent inspection grades in history. Big improvements in such a short space of time. And they continue to challenge the force to do more. But the Police and Crime Commissioner's Office is about much more than making sure the police do a good job for us. Did you know they work with many organisations, providing lots of our local services that keep us all safer? If you've been affected by crime, there's great support to help you and your family cope. It's tailored to each individual. A letter, phone call, visit, or therapy to help you mentally and emotionally. If you need to go to court, they'll guide you. Well over 90% of people who need support now engage with these services. But it would just be better if these crimes never happened at all. So, the Commissioner's own engagement officers go out and about, talking to us through Neighbourhood Watch and rural crime groups, popping into day centres to talk to older people, visiting churches, mosques, shops, pubs, anywhere there are people who have something to say. No one knows better what neighbourhoods need than the people who live in them. 5 years ago, they had no engagement officers in the Police and Crime Commissioner's Office. Not one. Now they've got 4. They're an ambitious bunch, listening to your concerns, feeding back to the police and others to act on. And when you listen to people, you find new ideas, new solutions. The Police and Crime Commissioner's Office worked hard during the pandemic to keep us all safe. They secured over £400,000 of funding to support survivors of domestic and sexual abuse, and ran social media campaigns to signpost those affected by abuse to get support. They launched a homeschooling campaign during lockdown to alert school-aged children, parents and carers to the dangers of online grooming and exploitation. Because education is power. They've invested £650,000 to cut crime on an estate in Scunthorpe by installing pods to lock up bikes, secure doors, fit CCTV and house alarms. There's also a pot of money so local groups can bid for their own projects, bringing neighbours together and building community spirit. The Police and Crime Commissioner's Office secured £337,000 from the government to engage with young people, steering them from crime to more positive stuff. There's now a boxing bus for kids to put their energy into, a spoken word project for their ideas, visits to every secondary school to talk about the dangers of carrying knives. Connecting with young people like this makes them feel part of our community and reduces the possibility of them committing crimes in a few years' time. So, the Police and Crime Commissioner's Office plays a big role in improving community safety. Things are getting better. Things are getting fixed. They have a plan to be outstanding. I've got no doubt that they'll keep going. They're nowhere near finished. They're helping us to build safer communities. Ta-ra!